Yeah, the intro is delayed.
Peace and blessings, everybody. It's your girl, Wendy Zizzo, here with Kirk the Jerk. Peace to Nappy Red. We're going to see you next time. And we are Awareness Academy 411. Going on in the world, give you our 2 cents, give you some solutions to some problems, but it's all for educational purposes only. So, if it don't apply to you, then it don't. If you try it at home, it's on you. So, what's going on, Kurt? How the hell are you?
I'm doing just fine. I'm beautiful outside today. I had to take it easy. My body said I need a rest when I didn't want to take a rest, but you know how life works. When you get older, you got to listen to your body. If it tells you to chill the hell out, you chill the hell out. So that's pretty much what my day was, just relaxation, trying to feel better, a little bit under the weather, but I'm feeling much better now. So what about you? How your day was going so far?
So my day has been nonstop. Like I've been multitasking up until I got on here. So now I'm good. I could coast the rest of the night, but I'm still a little pardon if I'm coughing, y'all, because I was like down and out last week. That's why you haven't heard from us in a little minute, because either I was down and out or Kurt was traveling around and doing what he do in his life. So here we are. So we're back, and there's so many things that has happened since the last time we was on here. I mean, wow, just interesting things going on in the world. But I can say it hasn't been that much bad news, just more shocking, or as usual, because when you know who's running the country, it gets a little shocking and orange. Other than that, we got some good movement going on with the mayor of New York, Zohran Mamdani. He's doing his thing out here. I'm actually like, okay, he's making things happen. I actually seen this this comedian, and he was like, Mamdani reminds him of work from home. Like before 2020, all the companies was like, nah, we can't work from home. We ain't gonna make no money like that. There's no way that this is gonna work. As soon as the pandemic hit, everybody's working from home.
Killing it.
And now they made just as much money and they're still doing well. So it's like, I liked his comparison in that, because but there's always going to be pushback all the time. Like I was thinking about this today, how you'll get people that they'll find something wrong with, like, even let's just say with him, oh, he's this, he's going to end New York, he's got all these issues, right?
He's a communist. That's the one that kills me the most. I'm like, you call him a communist, so you mean to tell me balancing the budget, making it so more kids can go to universal pre-K, and trying to take the burden off the parents so they'll be able to have opportunities. And you mean to tell me that's considered communist? Then sign me up. Then I want communists, because that's what y'all call communists. Is
socialist. I mean, he's a democratic socialist. That's what he said himself. I mean, when you understand what socialism is, it's really not as bad as people try to make it look like it is. But anyway, I digress on to that. But I think he's doing a good job. He's doing a job. I mean, like, he's doing something. But what I was saying was how people always have a problem with some type of change or progression. Like the new thing, the governor just dropped talking about that she wants to take mother and father off of like birth certificates and make it gender fluid. And everybody's losing their mind.
Hold on, what happened?
So on birth certificates it says mother and father.
Yeah.
So they're gonna change that to be more gender fluid, so you can put what you want in that. Because
I hope that. I pray that's a rumor, because that sounds wild.
Nah, that's what they want to make it more gender fluid, because some parents are two mothers, some are two fathers,
I think that if she does that, I think that she's not trying to win her campaign, because This is what the Democrats need to understand. Once you just said that, if this is true, the Democrats need to realize that they need to stop trying to down this hill. Not everybody's comfortable with all those different genders, and no disrespect to anybody that whatever they want to identify with. But the last time I checked, when I went to school and I learned biology, and I also learned human biology, I even learned sex education, I guess. And last time I checked, there's 2 different genders. Like all this other stuff.
True. But the thing is this: when it comes to like the birth certificate, right? Let's say a woman was artificially inseminated, right? She doesn't know the father's name. All that stuff is confidential. So say she's in a lesbian relationship, she's married, it's 2 mothers, right? They paid to get this stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
that then. I mean,
that's what the change is about. It's not necessarily about, trying to make one sex another sex. It's just honoring that there is a gender fluidity in society. You know what I mean? So, I look at it this way: it's a level of progression, and at the same time, why does well, I'm not going to say why, but it's an interesting thing how much people care about how people want to live their lives. You know what I mean, it's like people put such this huge emphasis on, no, you shouldn't be doing it because it's supposed to be this way. But why does it matter to you? You know what I mean? Like if this is what you want to do or you don't want to do, then do or don't do it. You know what I mean? But if somebody else wants to live their life a certain way, let them live their life. Now, the only thing I disagree with is allowing I'm trying to be politically correct here, but with women's bathrooms, that's if I'm gonna have any pushback on anything, it's that, because I feel like at the end of the day, it's not gonna always be a safe thing for women, because there's been many cases where it hasn't been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the only thing that I would say I have an issue with. Now, if they're making single stall bathrooms where it's just one toilet and everybody got to wait online outside, fine, do you.
That's what I use at the airport. When I want to use a bathroom, I don't want to share with 100 people anyway. Guys are nasty, women are nasty. Let me just get a bathroom by myself. That's why I like the airport.
One door, you walk in, you close the door, there's one toilet in there. That's it. Now, if it's a place where you walk in and there's multiple stalls, that means there's going to be a lot of women in there at a time. Anything could happen. You know what I mean? So for me, that would be the only thing I draw the line at, But, that's just me. I don't have a problem with everything else.
But Mamdani is about to go down as the greatest. Back to him. He's about to go down as the greatest mayor in history if the Knicks win too.
To him.
Who gonna say something? Even he got the Knicks winning. Look at that.
They're gonna read the Manhattan Bridge. Watch.
I mean, after he's done, he's gonna do so much, because right now he's just started and he got a lot accomplished already. So I can imagine what it's gonna be like for the next few years. And the beauty of it is that after you knock out those 4 years, it's gonna accomplish so much that he obviously gonna get reelected. And then, if he does good for these 8 years, then he should get some type of recognition. Why not? All these other politicians do it. They get recognition. When you look at Mario Cuomo, he was a great. He was great, but it was a long time ago. But he still got a bridge.
Yeah, but that was
and his son came in and rebuilt that bridge.
Oh, we're here now. We're here now, and so far, there's been progression, and that's all that matters. People can talk this mess. Oh, he's ruining it. He's not ruining anything. He's fixing things. I mean, the one thing a lot of people was mad at when they were saying that he's gonna take ownership of slumlords' properties. Like if somebody is not taking care of their property, and they have tenants in there, and it's practically about to be condemned, that the government's going to step in and take it, and people are like, oh, how dare he do anything? No, how dare somebody own a property like that?
Can't take care of it,
and then you're not taking care of it, but you want to suck all the money out of it? Like,
no, exactly. That's why I was confused. And you know what it is? This is what irritates me about people. The people that's fighting and arguing with that situation, I guarantee you, they're not the ones with the money. It be the poor ones arguing about situations that pertain to them, which is so stupid. The same thing with socialism. The reason why socialism even exists in the first place, and the reason why I agree with 100% is because when we pay our taxes to the government, we want social programs to come out of it, meaning that we give our tax money. So it's not handouts. When they put these programs in these neighborhoods, just remember, we pay for this. Why is it that y'all worried about, why y'all let the rich people tell you socialism is communist to get you off your square, but at the end of the day, they getting all these tax breaks, talking about they're going to create more jobs. The last time I checked, all these companies got these bailouts, and guess what? 30,000 layoff here. This company laid off here. Come on.
The layoffs, or there's not even any pay increases in people's salaries.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst part, because it's like, okay, you get in these breaks, but why are people still working 40 hours and still not able to live?
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I'm working 40 hours a week, my base salary should take care of my life, and anything I do extra is for me to have fun with.
That's a fact. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not, oh, I'm making just enough, so now I got to get another job. You know, unless if I have some exorbitant amount of bills, you know, where I got like a $10,000 mortgage and, you know, I'm just doing too much, that's different. But, you know, people that are in poverty, that are just getting by, that, you know, they might live in one of them slumlord apartments, you know, and they breaking their butt to barely make ends meet. You know,
that's a fact, yo. That's a fact, man.
Funny. I remember being there years ago where I was making just enough to qualify for SNAP, but once I made $7 over, cut me off. So
that's true.
It's like I've been there before, so I get it. And at the end of the day, I see progression. I see progress. That's what I say. I see progress. And then people were saying that he was going to cancel the Puerto Rican Day celebration at Gracie Mansion, and then they changed their mind. Now they're not canceling it because we got Puerto Rican Day parade coming up. Oh, and by the way, excuse me. Pardon me, I'm still getting over my little bit of cold. But yeah, happy Pride Month, because it is Pride Month, and then we got the Puerto Rican Day parade coming up next weekend. So that's
Juneteenth is the 19th. Juneteenth, baby.
Baby, and it's on a Friday.
And that's my day off. I work for the government. I get that day off. Yay.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a 3-day weekend, baby. I might do some overtime now. Let's see how it goes. But these facts. But still, like, you know, the month is going to get interesting. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, well.
Are y'all ready, people? Are y'all ready?
Are they ready? Well, I mean, even on a astrological level, this is a good month, you know, based off of astrology, that this is considered a really good month. So let's see what happens. I'm curious to see what happens. So far, so good. I mean, there's been some type of turbulence in places, but, you know, it's high. It's not about what happens. It's about what you do with what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing there. And real quick, since I'm gonna get into a little bit of mindset stuff, I gotta talk about the posse balls. You know what I mean? So we gotta just give them a little reminder about the posse balls and what they do and why we doing it. But, you know, real quick, I'm just throwing
manifest happiness now. Change your life now with positive affirmation balls. Simply roll, read the positive message, receive it, and smile, and roll it again. 4 different balls that will make you feel good about life. Posi balls, what you put in your mind matters.
So, bam! Got the posi balls right here. The posi ball, these are positive affirmation balls. So if anyone out there is interested in retraining your mindset or finding a way to improve your mood at some point in time, or let's say if you're bored and you need some type of inspiration, you know, or even for kids, if you want to help them boost their confidence, and even you, like you, I know I like a confidence boost. You know what I mean? Like I like to roll this real quick. Hold, let's say what it say. I always matter. Yes, I do. I'm gonna roll it again. You are creative. I think I am, because look at what I created. Yep. You know, like I am great. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like I like me to have a little positive boost, but that's why I created these, because, you know, whether people want to believe it or not, because I might talk about stuff, it's because I had to learn stuff in order to help myself, you know, because ain't nobody going to save you but you. So these are the things that I had to learn to help me save me. And now that I pulled me out of the water and I ain't trying to survive no more, I'm feeling good. I'm chilling. I'm on the beach. This is one of the tools that I use to keep me sane while I'm on the beach, because now I'm on a deserted island. And it's like you get out of the water, you know, get out of survival mode. Now it's like, all right, now I'm on this beach and I'm only letting certain people on the beach. And if they don't qualify, then I'll just be on the beach by myself. You know what I mean? So, but nah, the Posse Balls is really dope too. And I think people, I mean, so far, anybody that's ever rolled them in front of me, their mood changes instantly. Like they go from, yeah, to, oh my God, that was so much fun. So Posse Balls are dope, you know, because it's about the mindset. Actually, I made a video the other day where I was talking about one of the things that successful people do is change your mindset, because in order for you to become successful, you have to be the version of you that is successful. And one of the examples I used was like, say you want to have an in-shape body. You want to look good. You want to, you know, have a body that you, when you look in the mirror, you're like, right? So what does that person do? What would that version of you be doing in order to have that body? So that version of you would probably be working out every day or 3 times a week or 5 times a week, would change their diet, because you obviously the version of wherever you've been has you where you are now. So if you're not happy with where you are, that means that you have to start practicing something different and changing your mindset so that you can create the new version of yourself. And as long as you remain consistent, just like you've been remaining consistent on the things that got you where you are, you have to remain consistent, be disciplined to create that next level. So the most beneficial or the most effective way to retrain your mindset is with repetition. And things like this, like the Posse Balls, journaling, reading more books, reading more things to put more, you know, just new mind food. All that stuff helps to retrain your mind. And on a scientific level, it's literally reshaping your brain. Like as you're consistently practicing something over and over and over, the neural pathways in your brain, they start to come together, and neurons that fire together, wire together. It's called neuroplasticity. So this is something that even on a biological level is happening when you start to consistently change your mind into a different direction. And as long as you continue to be it.
Hey, Red. Yes, sir,
Red?
man. I know you're at the game right now, man. I wish you could have came on, but the game.
Yeah, man. I know there's a lot of people watching the game right now. That's why we, you know, viewership ain't all that high at the moment, but I get it because they were over there watching the game.
Yeah, I hope the Knicks win, man. You know what I'm saying? I was joking around earlier, and some guys looked at me crazy. I was like, you know what? I ain't trying to get beat up.
I mean,
talking about the Knicks, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
I've been hearing some conspiracy theories, so it might be the Spurs. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm just saying. I heard it through the grapevine.
Yeah, it's scary business though. But
so I might put some money on there.
Yeah, Cow Sheet is popping right now, and I'm a little and the poly markets. I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was funny with George Santos scamming the poly markets. Like he say that he was gonna be at some dinner I think Trump was having, and apparently he didn't make it because he said he missed his flight, but they knew it was a scam because he bet on himself not showing up. But I don't know why anybody even do business with a guy like that. That guy's a complete scam. I don't even have to say allegedly. He's been convicted of so much stuff and got pardoned by Trump, and he's still scamming people. Like that's why I said it's sad to see that some people get second chances and third chances and fourth chances and fifth chances and take it for granted. He need to sit for a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, well, you can't change people. People are gonna be who they are. You know what I mean? Like just like laws were created to mess up a specific demographic on purpose.
Yeah.
You know, they also get caught in their own web.
That's true.
It's like, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, if you think about it, all the behaviors, all the ratchet behaviors and the ghetto behaviors and all that stuff that people judge, especially people of color, for having, guess where they learned it from?
Yeah, that's true.
Guess who they learned it? They couldn't have learned it from their ancestors because they were severed from their ancestors. So the only people that they was around were slave masters, right? So they had to learn these behaviors from somewhere. Like they didn't just pull them out of their hat. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a mirror if you think about it. But I was watching something earlier, and I've heard this before. I ain't even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there because I feel like I would. I'm not trying to get flagged and nothing like that. We're just talking about the DNA.
TikTok is hella sensitive. We not at least Facebook.
No, well, the video I seen was on TikTok where it was talking about the DNA of non-melanated people.
Oh yeah,
that is a mixture of canine, monkey, and pig. And mad people in the comments like, yeah, we've been telling y'all that when you coming from being wet in the rain. I be dying.
That's stupid. That's crazy.
Oh my God, it's funny. And there's been way more of a record of non-melanated people being born with tails. I'm just saying. I've seen pictures. I seen them. I saw the pictures. But let me stop because, like I said, I don't want to get flagged. I'm just rehashing. It's for educational purposes only. I've seen it. I'm just repeating something I seen. It's not my original ideas. Okay. It wasn't me. Shaggy. It wasn't me. So yeah. So one thing I'm excited as hell about. Summertime.
Yes, it's summer.
Oh man, it's finally warming up.
Yeah, because we had some cold ass days even today. Like it was cold. I went on my vacation. I'm on a whole tropical. I'm on an island. I'm in Bermuda, and it's supposed to be warm in May. Nope, it was freezing cold.
Damn.
Why?
See,
because
y'all supposed to have went around now.
No, May anywhere in the Caribbean, anywhere going towards that is always hot. You know, even in North Carolina is hot. It's just that time around, for whatever reason,
y'all just so happened to catch it. Yeah, man.
We got popped and smoked. We got screwed over. But next time, I tell people if you want to go to Bermuda, you might as well crack your piggy banks. Because Bermuda is like Aruba. They got Aruba prices there. It seems like they got citizens tax or something. Because it's like everything I was buying, for whatever reason, they tell me I look at that price, and then when they add everything up, I'm like, yo, that's a different price. And I'm thinking I'm getting robbed, but it seemed like everywhere I went, it was the same thing. So I guess they have a tourist tax.
You know, I also hear that, say there's a cruise coming up, right? If you book like a week or two before the cruise, you'll get even cheaper prices. But of course, a balcony room.
Maybe not. You're not gonna probably get lucky in the summer. Summer they be packed and sold out, but during certain times of the year, you'll definitely get in like maybe late August, September, October.
Yeah.
You'll definitely get a real cheap price because of the fact that ship makes money when it's fully booked. Because even if they give you a cheap price getting a ship, there's other ways you can spend money on a ship. Maybe you like to gamble, or you like to have top shelf alcohol that's not part of the beverage plan, or you want to go on excursions that cost a little extra money. So there's always ways to make money on there. And I tell everybody, go get that cruise experience. It's the best experience in the world.
Oh, cruises are so much fun. Yeah. Like I still got the picture when I was dancing. Well, not dancing, but swimming with the dolphins. Yeah. And the dolphin gave me a kiss on my cheek, and I was all cheesing mad hard in the picture.
That dolphin felt like rubber.
Yeah, that's what they feel like.
I was like, yo, that's their skin feel like. My wife touched it too. She's like, yo, what the hell? It smell like rubber.
I mean, they are great swimmers, so
yeah, it was cute though.
They born with a rubber suit.
Yeah, I like it was fun, you know. And one thing I could say about and like I've been on all the cruise lines, but I would say the best one I still hold is Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean is a little bit more organized. They organize. There's so much stuff to do in there, and then you could book everything from your cell phone, sitting in your seat before you get on the ship. Now, I think the other ships need to do the same thing Royal's doing because they make it seem you could just show up, first come, first serve. I don't like that because I don't like to wait online. I like VIP section where I could just doop doop on my phone when I get there. Because when we was on Royal Caribbean, we had an event every day pretty much. So I'm just skipping the line, walking past everybody while everybody's sitting there waiting online. Because who wants to wait on lines? You should have it so people could do it in advance and everybody else gets screwed.
Like Great Adventure. Is Great Adventure still open? Like I can't remember if they close it down.
The way these rides that have mechanical failures nowadays,
I don't remember if Great Adventure is still open. I don't know if anybody. I have to Google this now because I can't remember if they closed it down or not.
No, I think it probably still open. I don't really hear nobody talk about it, so I don't know. Maybe even Dorney Park. Remember Dorney Park? Wow.
I know it's open. It opened March 28th.
Oh, so it's been open.
Well, I know they took down King the Ka, which was like my favorite roller coaster there. King of the Ka was the ish.
Where's that
Hurricane
roller coaster?
Is still open.
What's that roller coaster where people got stuck? You heard, and they had to get the team to get them off the roller coaster. They were stuck in an upwards position on a roller coaster. It was high school kids too.
Wait, this wasn't at Great Adventure. This was somewhere else.
Nah,
I've seen the reporter what you're talking about, but that wasn't Great Adventure though.
I'm gonna see. No, I know it wasn't Great Adventures. Stuck.
I seen the video of that because they were stuck like laying on their back almost.
Let me see. Let me see. This is
Texas.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, it was in Texas.
Oh yeah, Galveston, Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Well, listen, I ain't gonna talk too much about it because I don't want to scare people or put that out there to happen some more. So I'm glad that
I'm not going on no rides nowadays because it wasn't safe back then. People was dying on Great Adventure rides back then. It's still going. I remember this girl got damn near decapitated on a Batman ride.
Nah, so. I made it through all the rides, man. I can't agree with that because I made it through every ride. I got on King the Ka. Nitro was my favorite. Oh, I love Nitro.
So you said you was a survivor.
There was the Batman and Robin ride. There was a Superman ride. Scream Machine was horrible. Like I used to get in, and I'm a front car type of roller coaster rider. Like put me on the front car. I just don't like going upside down too much. Like anything that goes upside down and back and forth, I can't do it no more.
I like the Hercules. That's the ride I've been on. Hercules. That sucker was crazy. That was in Dorney Park. That was that was supposed to be the tallest ride ever created.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that wasn't a bad roller coaster.
No, it wasn't too bad. It was pretty safe, but nowadays I don't need to do roller coasters. But I did something on a ship when I was on a cruise. I was on the NCL Aqua Cruise. Just letting everybody know it was a Jerry cruise. When I say Jerry, geriatrics, 50 and over people on that cruise. So it wasn't too much fun and spectacular. But I would say it's a relaxation cruise. If you're trying to go to spas and relax and eat nice food, go to NCL Aqua. It's pretty decent for that. It's a really nice looking ship. But they got one ride that was kind of crazy where it drops and you just fall down from the 17th, 18th floor all the way down.
Oh, that's like Great Adventure has something like that. I love that ride.
It was cool, man.
I can't remember what that one was called. Damn, I used to put a penny on my leg, and as soon as it dropped, you see the penny go up, and then it flies off somewhere. It's like it'll float like a good inch or two off of your leg, and then it goes away. I forgot what was that called.
Yeah, it was lit, man. I had an amazing time on there. But I would say this, like anybody. If you've never been on a cruise, first of all, I was getting inboxed like crazy because of stupid hantavirus. They're like, "Oh man, it's on a cruise ship." I hate the news because the news don't like to be honest. It's not
It was
a
on
regular
one
cruise
cruise
ship.
ship.
It was on a baby cruise ship that only has 200 people in it. If anybody, that's pretty much yacht status. That's like Staten Island Ferry could have 200 people on there, 1,000 people on the Staten Island Ferry at one time. So think about how big the ship was. It was no bigger than
And
Staten
they
Island
was
Ferry.
over there doing excursions in the dumpster.
Yeah, but it's
I was
funny
gonna
because
say something else, but I'm gonna shut up.
yeah, they basically were saying that
Like, who does that?
the hantavirus came from people from Argentina because Argentina, the version that people were scared about is the Andy version, which is come from Argentina, which that's the one that passed from human to human. It's not the other hantavirus. They got plenty of hantavirus here in the States, but it's not the one that's transmitted through people to people. It's just the rodents and stuff like that. And I was getting inbox like crazy, bro. You okay? You safe? I said, bro, that ship has 200 people. The ship I'm on got 6,000 people, and it also got hundreds of rooms down further down in the ship. So if somebody does catch something, they're gonna quarantine them. You know, I was on a cruise ship during the pandemic. I was okay, man. I didn't really care. I wasn't scared of COVID, but I already caught COVID already. Didn't know what it was. Got sick as a dog. Got better. So
Was the prices cheaper
That's
during
before they
COVID?
could test it, huh?
Was the prices cheaper during COVID?
Hell yeah, because ain't nobody was doing nothing. Then after a while, the cruise ship had to shut down, and they couldn't do it for a while either. And then when I went to St. Thomas, I flew to St. Thomas during COVID too. I still had a good time, even though everything was quarantine that. And when at that time, I was telling my wife, I said, "Listen, we just have to worry about our health, man." I said, "Yo, we probably can't stop ourselves from getting this because it seems like everybody's getting it." It went from when I first heard COVID, it went from people I didn't know, friends of a friend getting it, and then people I know was getting it, and the next thing you know, it became in my inner circle. Like at one point, my whole entire family had it in the whole house, man. And you want to hear the bad part? My bathroom broke. The toilet bowl, the flange at the bottom of it, every time you flush the water, it was going all the way downstairs on the next floor. It was flooded through. So guess what?
Oh, that's terrible.
While I was sick with COVID, I had to go to Home Depot. Remind you, I have one of those big gas masks, so I put that on. People were scared of me when I went in there, but I had to get what I had to get. So I wore that mask, had my Carhartt hoodie on, had it covered up because I didn't want to get nobody sick. And I went and had to grab all the stuff to be able to put it to fix the bathroom. So me and my son, sick as a dog, coughing, sneezing, taking the whole toilet bowl off, fixing it and putting it back on. It was a nightmare. Then I had to patch up the ceiling and all that stuff. Remind you, I'm sick. I feel like sniffles. So I had COVID like at least 2 times 3 times, because the third time I didn't even feel nothing. It was like I was traveling somewhere and they did a COVID test. They said, "Oh, you got a quarantine."
I caught it twice. Once during the COVID time, and then one coming back from Mexico.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so I had it from there, that one was probably more. What was fun? Yeah, the second time I had it, it was a little. I mean, they both wasn't crazy. It was just like having a cold, but it was like a dirty cold. Like I felt dirty. Like I ain't never felt dirty like that. Like even the cold I just got over. Like I didn't feel dirty. Like I was rolling around in sand and dirt and something. Like it's like I can't explain it, but I just felt dirty, you know. But so yeah, that's actually, now that I think about it, that is a good way to see. Like there was a difference.
It made me appreciate what COVID did was made me appreciate. Instead of me looking at the negative of it, I look at the positive. It made me appreciate people more and be more patient with people, because a lot of people I knew healthy dropping like flies. One guy that I was cool with, and I'm not gonna mention his name, he was one of my customers I delivered to, work for pretty much. Talking about he's gonna take a trip with me and my wife and the family, with his family, and he ended up catching COVID. He didn't even do the vaccine thing. He didn't even get a chance to get there. He caught, because he was an older guy. He was like, "Well, I get all my shots all the time," and he said he didn't get a chance to get his flu shot. So he got to get the flu shot, get the COVID shot. But before he did it, he died a week before. He died a week before he even got his shots and stuff like that. Not that we don't know to protect him or not, but just the fact that he wanted to go and he died, and he was a real nice person. And just to let you know, like, yo, life is precious, it's short. And he was a healthy old man too, you know.
Life is short.
Yeah, he used to fish all the time. He always wear a lot of, have a lot of equipment, and he always do a lot of fishing. And when he died, it really messed me up, because I was like, no more tips, no more. No, I'm joking. God rest in peace to him. Yeah.
you know. But nah, it's life is, you know, when you're going through things and it feels really thick, it feels like you're walking through molasses, right? It's it's just dragging, right? But then after you get past that and you look back, you're like, oh, that went quick. You know what I mean? Like, even, you know, my daughter's birthday passed recently, and I'm looking at her age now, and I'm like, damn, that just went by. All those years just went by. Like, I mean, I remember it all. I remember, like, I'm not gonna say it went fast. Like, oh my God, it was like a blink of the eye. Like, no, it definitely wasn't. But it's like I can look back at it and like, oh wow, I did do that, and I did this, that, and the third. Whoo!
I ain't gonna hold you though. I was moving around freely during COVID. I wasn't even doing Uber back then. I was doing Uber.
I was working the whole.
I was doing Uber.
Nothing changed for my life. The only thing that changed for my life was that there was no traffic going to work. That was the only thing that changed. I was still going to work Monday through Friday, and I mean, I'm a homebody anyway, so I was home on the weekends anyway. So not being able to go out anyway, I was like, okay. I mean, I was able to still do the same things I would have done now. Like, if I'm going to go out, I'll go to the park. You know, I'll go for a bike ride, or go for a walk, or, you know, do something that's active. So, like I said, not much change for me because I was still doing me.
And one of the things I want to say, I'm not going to say much about vaccines. Everybody can keep their opinion on it because I'm not putting an opinion out there. But one of the things when people was mad at the president talk about he forced it upon, I said no, he only forced it upon military personnel, and what corporations did, took it and ran with it. The health agencies, which was not mandated by the federal government, decided they're going to piggyback off the government and make it mandated for their employees. So for anybody that felt the government did it, I said no. That's why when people I literally heard. I work for the government, so I 100% know that it was only for us, and it wasn't even for postal workers. They didn't even mandate postal workers; they only mandated the military. Anybody was in this, and remember, this is nothing new for the military because anybody know about the armed services. You take all types of drugs all the time because you're in other countries, so you take all types of vaccines. That's normal for you, whether you get an experiment or not. You take all that. But as far as the population of people, that was the corporations making you. Requiring you to.
I hear you, and
everybody kept on reading it wrong, and the rumor kept on going around. But I'm saying,
nah, they were influenced.
No, it was influenced because he clearly came out, and this is why I hate. That's why I hate the media.
Oh my God, when they were offering cheeseburgers,
the lie
was so crazy.
Oh no, I mean offering people to get vaccine. That's one thing, right? That's because. That's the science they had, and they want to get people vaccinated. Hopefully, it fixed the problem. That's what they think was, or herd immunity, whatever it was. It was whatever direction, because COVID was new to us, right? It's not new in general. It's been around for a long time, but maybe not in America like that, right? So they had to figure, okay, what am I going to do? So you had black scientists, black lady from North Carolina, created the vaccine. Nothing is never perfect and all that stuff like that. But and I trust the scientists. I don't really trust the medical the companies itself, but I trust the scientists where they actually trying to make breakthrough, because there's a lot of viruses, a lot of stuff that we don't get now that we had back then. Like a lot of us don't have to experience all these stuff like measles, mumps, rubella. Now people start to get measles again. You know why? Because you got anti-people, and that's on them. I mean, some people never catch it, but it is what it is. But like I said. As far as the effectiveness of the vaccine, I think maybe it was I think when they realized it wasn't as effective as they thought it could be. I still to this day like it's up in the grabs because the news media made it so bad. And then you got a system called VERS, right? VERS, right? That's a system that usually medical professions are the only ones allowed to report on if there's a death or anything like that. But unfortunately, what made it worse is that they opened up to the population so any and everybody could report on it. So it made it so horribly inaccurate where you don't know what people would die from. One person got hit by a car, and because he had a vaccine, they said the vaccine did it.
Listen, I'm going to reserve my opinions on this because I ain't trying to get banned.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say is that it was all some bull on every level. You know what I mean? People catching it to people passing to just all of it.
It was crazy. I think it was a killer old people.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's just all bull. Like that's some bullshit. That's it. That's all I can say about that. So moving along.
Yeah, get past that one. Yeah.
Yeah. In other news, I'm so mad I'm not fully over this. Whatever this is.
Hantavirus. No, I'm joking. Nah, that hantavirus ain't hurting. Right. If you sickly, even though when they look at the
it was that weather change, man. It was like summer, winter, and fall all in 1 week. Like it was winter in the beginning of the week, then it was summer the middle of the week, and then it was fall at the end of the week. Yeah, no, spring, because it was like raining by the end of the week. So I was like, and then I work outside, so I'm always outside. So, you know, it is what it is. I take it as I needed to rest, I guess. Recalibrate, rest, and get my mind together.
Tell people to get yourself a Fitbit watch and watch all your vital signs. You know how you feel every day. I woke up this morning, I felt like crap, and I said, okay, I feel like shit. And then I looked at my watch. My watch saying I ain't shit either. So it's like me and my watch was like, yeah, nigga, you're gonna have to stay in that bed longer. So what I did is I went back to try to sleep another hour, woke up, my readiness jumped up to 30 something. I'm like, that's still too low. I can't really move around. So I went back to sleep, woke up, my readiness went to 60. But by then it was already 12 noon. So it was like, okay, I'm at 60%. But sometimes
having anything you can to monitor your health is helpful. And just to get into, let's talk a little bit about health and wellness. Like people think that if you're the type of person that eats healthy and takes vitamins or whatever, like I'm one of those people that I eat as healthy as I can. I take vitamins and all that. But do I still get sick? Absolutely. Yes, I do. However, when I do get sick, that sickness doesn't take me out. You know what I mean? Like I remember when I had finished chemotherapy 21 years ago, right? My immune system was trashed from the chemotherapy. So I kept getting colds a lot more often. And then whenever I would get a cold, it was severe. Like I couldn't move. I'm like, fever, the chills, everything. I'm weak. My body, like I was like taken out of the game. You know what I mean? Then when I started to look more into learning ways of boosting my immune system, so I started taking different vitamins. Then I was researching more about more natural things, natural herbs and natural antioxidants and such. And then I came across this vitamin. It was a powder form because sometimes taking pills get annoying. So, I had this powder form. It was called Limoplex. And when I tell you that helped me bounce my immune system back, that was probably one of the most potent vitamins I ever had in my life. Like it helps so much. Like after I started taking that, I didn't get sick for like 2 years. And then when I finally did get sick, it was very mild. Right. I mean, and over the last 5 years, they stopped making Limoplex. The same company, they actually make a different one now called Vital Factors. If anybody's interested in this type of stuff, the link is in my bio on TikTok, or even Instagram. You should see the link to my bio. But the Vital Factors, they actually just changed the formula too. So they added NAD to it, and NAD is what helps to reverse aging in a sense, or, to repair the cells that have been stressed, lower cortisol and all that good stuff. But the Vital Factors has been giving me a similar effect to, getting when I used to take the Limoplex. But either way, other than the Limoplex, I also started to just pay attention to the stuff that I was eating, and also pay attention to how my body was feeling after I ate certain things. And once I started seeing like, oh, if I eat this, I'll get a headache. Like I used to be a honey bun fiend. I used to eat honey buns, and I started
boy. Woo!
I was getting a headache after eating honey buns, right? So I stopped eating honey buns. Headache's gone. Then, I used to get acne all the time. And I would notice my face would break out after I had a Philly cheesesteak. So I was like, okay, I got to stop eating that. So I had to stop eating cheese. Then when I, discovered I was lactose intolerant, but the point is that I was paying attention to my health. I was paying attention to how my body felt. Then I started learning more about green stuff, like green powder, spirulina, chlorella, wheatgrass. What other? There's a few different greens, right? I can't think of them off the top of my head, but taking those different greens every day, that type of stuff helps your immune system is mainly in your gut. So if you're not taking care of your digestive system, then you're gonna have a hard time with your immune system.
Most important thing I tell everybody, I don't mind broadcasting this because I'm gonna start. I'm a believer in my own science that I learned over time and research. I got an autoimmune disease. It's called mixed connecting tissue disorder. It's one of the worst overlapping disease you can have with autoimmune because it's multiple at one time, right? And basically, when you research it online, the life expectancy of anybody having that disease is like 10 years, right? So once I got that information, I was a little sad, a little depressed at first. First of all, I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't even really walk like that. I was in a lot of pain. I had to figure out my life. I was like, what am I going to do? I said, I got to be here for my family. I said, let me not give up. I always talk about this health shit. Now I got to practice what I preach. So once you get put to that level where you got to fix things in there, it's only been 6 months. Now I'm no longer on any medication at all. And it was a journey. And I used to sit there and say, okay, let me see what my deficiencies are. I got my doctor to run all my deficiencies. I was low in vitamin D. My vitamin D level was like an 18, which is dangerously low, meaning that it get any lower, you could be subject to like literally dropping off this planet. People don't really get it that low. They usually be like 25, which is still fairly low. But I was at an 18. So that was one issue. Two, I had to work on my vitamin B12. It was actually low too. So that's another thing. And B12 is important for your neurons, your brain, your neuroreceptors. So I used to have tingling, burning. Let me tell you how mixed connecting is. I had tingling, burning, my hands burn, my feet burn. Everything, every single joint ache, hurt painfully. And I couldn't even sleep at night. I wake up out of my sleep in pain. So I had to take all kinds of drugs, and none of this stuff was really working. And they gave me prednisone. And prednisone is scary business. It's a steroid, right? You don't want to be on it for a long time because it has 137 side effects if you stay in it long enough, right? So I start that helped mask it a little bit because prednisone, I'm not fully against medication. I just don't believe you should take it for long term because it causes more damage than good.
No, I think medication is helpful, but if you could get yourself off of it by like what you're saying, where you change your diet, you change your lifestyle. And like I was saying before about the versions of you, I mean, if you are experiencing a sick version of yourself, a dis-ease, then chances are you've been practicing certain things that have gotten you there. So in order to come out of being diseased and be a more healed version of yourself, now you have to do what the healed version of you does, which is change your lifestyle, eat differently, take your vitamins, like understanding your minerals, magnesium, copper, selenium, calcium, all these different minerals, copper that your body needs in order to function. And the older you get, if you've been eating and not taking care of yourself, eating like crap and not taking care of yourself for 20 years, it might take you 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 10 years to get yourself back to where you used to be.
And don't let these dietitians tell you that you could just eat your way to get all the nutrients you need. You used to, but the food is nutrient depleted. Most of the stuff that you eat now, even
you need supplements.
It's not coming from good soil. So unfortunately, even though you're eating all the leafy green stuff, and first of all, everybody, I recommend everybody do a food allergy test. Not food allergy just only, but food sensitivity. That's even more deeper. You know why?
Food sensitivity is even better because that's telling you what your digestive system is, dealing with at that time. So yeah.
Because you don't know if the food you eat over a period of time, like let's say if you eat spinach, anybody aware if you have a certain autoimmune condition, you shouldn't eat spinach because it causes flare-ups. See, it's weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
It causes inflammation. And then on top of it, you might have a sensitivity for it that you don't even know, because sensitivity is different from allergic, because allergic reaction, you know right away. You ate something, you felt sick, you know. But sensitivity, it builds up in your system over time and slowly but surely causes inflammation, which is dangerous because you don't even know what's causing it. You're like, I'm in pain, I have inflammation. Let me try to eat all this leafy green stuff, and you realize, damn, this shit ain't working. What the hell is going on here? But the reality, what you have to do, and I tell everybody is, before you start going crazy with these supplements and all that stuff, get your blood work done, see what you're deficient in, work on your deficiencies first. You work on that, chances are you might fix your problem. I'm one of them right now. I have no achy vein, no my bones don't hurt no more, my fingers are not burning no more. My vitamin D level right now is 86. Now, talking to a functional medicine doctor, which I tell everybody to get one of them. They're very expensive. You got to have money because they are MDs, they are medical doctors, but they take more of a holistic approach and a customized approach for your blood type and your individualism, and not a broad diagnosis like most doctors do. They give you a broad diagnosis. They actually jump into the details of you. Maybe you got plastic in your system, because autoimmune means that your immune system is not that it's not working, it's overworking. So
or you have a lot of heavy metals in your system.
Heavy metals. You got to take certain things to bind the metals, and in your system.
I can tell everybody something that they can start doing immediately that will help, and you have to be consistent. Do it every day from 10 to 15. I say 10 to 20 minutes a day. Get you a small trampoline and just bounce. It's called a health bounce. You just bounce on it. If you do that every day for 10 to 20 minutes a day straight, that's now helping to drain your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system. So I had lymphoma. I had stage 4 lymphoma when I was sick, right? Your lymph nodes is the last line of defense with cleaning your blood. So when your lymph nodes are backed up with toxins, that's when you get people puffy. You feel like you're bloated all the time. Lymphedemia is when someone's lymph nodes are not properly draining, and then they'll get these big swelling. You'll see the inflammation because of that. But it's called rebounding. Rebounding every day for 10 to 20 minutes a day. I guarantee. I started doing it consistently for a few months, and people are like, "Oh my God, you look like you lost weight," and I didn't lose a pound. You know what I mean? Like a few people like, "Oh, you look younger. You look like you're losing weight," because I was draining all of this cortisol out of my body. I'm doing the movement, because as you're jumping like that, it's like helping to move your blood. And it's also great for your muscles. It's good for your, what do you call it? Just to get your heart rate going, build your endurance. That's the word I was looking for. It's great for endurance. Like, I notice I can go upstairs now and I'm not even out of breath. And I'm like, and I'm just jumping. I mean, I get a little extra with it because I like to, have fun with it. But for anybody out there, if you want to get started on something that's simple, it's easy, and it's very effective, it's definitely rebounding. Another thing people can do if they don't have a trampoline, go stand outside in the grass for 20 minutes a day. Put your feet on the grass. If you don't want to put your feet on the grass, then get you some type of grounding shoes or grounding sandals. One of my last classes I had to write a paper about a research project, right? So I chose the benefits of grounding. So I already knew about how dope grounding was, but I learned even more. Like, I actually seen a study that they did where they did a thermal imaging of people, where they use a thermal camera to look at the body, and they could tell you, it could show you parts of your body that's inflamed based off of where there's more heat or less heat. So they would have they would take their thermal picture first, then they would go ground for 20 minutes, some 30 minutes, some an hour. They would take a picture of their body. Then you can noticeably see in the before and after that the body changed. Like, it's very apparent that you can see the difference in the inflammation that had went down, because grounding with the earth, why is it so effective? Because the earth has a natural DC current. Your body has a natural DC current. That's how your organs work. is through this DC current, this energy that's moving through your body. When your body touches the earth, it's now grounding with the DC current, and it's helping to boost your body's energy levels. Like it's literally increasing the current in your body. So as you're increasing the current, now everything is moving the way it's supposed to move. Mm-hmm. These necklaces that I wear, these help to increase the the current in my body, because they have magnets, they have gold, they have crystals in them. This actually helps. Even this cup that I'm using with all these magnets here on the bottom, just by holding this in my hand is going to increase the energy in my body. If anybody knows about hematite and different crystals, I wear hematite. Like if anybody knows about hematite, it's hard to see it on this one, but hematite is a natural crystal that it's magnetized. So again, you have copper in your blood, you have magnesium in your blood, you have these different hemoglobin. When you put a magnet on your body, it's going to help to make the blood move faster. That's why when they say people that wear copper is another natural conduit. When you're wearing copper on your body or keeping copper around you, or even drinking from copper cups, which I do have tattoo, all this stuff is going to help to increase the electric, the current that goes through your body. So jumping on the rebounder, you're helping to move the current through your body. Whenever you get acupuncture, they're putting these needles in different meridians to help the energy move through your body. Mm-hmm. When you're eating food that's processed, you decrease the energy that's going through your body. You're blocking the current because this food cannot be processed by your body properly.
Speaking of, I got an appointment coming up too for acupuncture.
Yeah, so overall, it's increasing the energy levels in your body, increasing the natural current. I also, if people want to really, if you're trying to go as far as I go, look into the Bob Beck protocol, which is where you put an electrode on your wrist and it's pulsating an electric current through your body. And you do this every day for an hour, 2 hours. People have healed from tumors, cancer, all different diseases by doing that, because you're increasing the electric current in your body. You're helping the energy to move through you. So people that are struggling with any type of weight issues, one of my favorite teachers says that you're waiting to move. You're waiting to do something. And it's also cortisol too from stress. That's another thing. Meditation helps great with that as much as you possibly can. But yeah, like eating better just helps to move your, get the energy moving through your body. Eating not so good, that's going to hinder.
And don't let people tell you that. Always consult with your physician. We're not professionals in this. We're just gonna say that
it's all for educational purposes only. Do your own research.
So what I basically tell people is like, before you take supplements, make sure you get your blood work done, see what you're deficient in, and start taking supplements for that. Make sure you view and verify that the supplements you're taking have been third-party reviewed, and see if they got a lot of views on it saying it's good. Like one of my favorites that I tell everybody, check it out, is a company called Rosabella. Rosabella makes a lot of stuff, right? But one of the most popular, they like almost number one when it comes to beetroot supplements. Like the most popular one. If you Google beetroots and you Google beetroots, like anything with Amazon, they're the first ones to pop up. They're very popular. They're so popular that they got bootleg versions of it that you gotta be careful you don't get.
I got beetroots in my fridge right now that I just made the other day.
And one thing I say is the YouTube video, I'm glad that somebody made a YouTube video showing you the fake one and the real one. And the difference is how it absorbs through the water. Because real natural beetroot supposed to blend with the water perfectly, right? But if you got a if you got a bootleg version of it, like a more of a powdery one that doesn't really have that much beetroot in it, when you put it in the water, it's going to take time to mix. That means that's the bootleg one. It's not that it don't have beetroot in it, but it's a very low version of it. So you want to make sure you get the right one. It's a company called Rosabella. I'm a sponsor of Rosabella too, so I have to let you know that I'm sponsored with them and I actually get paid for anybody to go there. But I didn't put nothing down there. I just want you to go to it. I just want people to get healthy. So I just want you to go to them and get yourself your supplements. And I promise you, just give it a couple of days. I got my mother on it, my mom, breathing better, because what beetroot has is something called nitric oxide.
Beets helps to carry the oxygen through your blood better.
It got nitric oxide in it, and what it does is help with your blood flow very well. And I think it's good if you take one in the morning and then one at night before you go to sleep. And if you could try to buy yourself one of the watch. You don't have to be a Fitbit watch, but just one of those watches.
Be an Apple Watch. You can track with Apple Watch. Well, listen, we could keep going, but we got to get out of here. I hope everybody enjoyed today's episode. Next week, we're definitely going to talk more about health and wellness stuff. I want to make a large majority of next week's session that we're going to talk more about health and wellness, because this stuff is very important and more people need this information. So with that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed today's episode. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Again, I'm your girl, Wendy Zizzo, here with Kirk the Jerk. Peace to Nappy Red. And we'll see y'all next week. Awareness Academy 411. Peace.